Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name.
So I was in the middle of putting together another compilation, but then I thought this should be in a video by itself, because it's useful and a very good reminder. Here's what I'm referring to.
Many times we do not receive grace because our mind is cluttered with fleeting things. And if our mind is not completely filled with God, we cause the devil to bother us, and maybe even foment temptations. When our mind is filled with God, as the devil approaches us and not finding the place toward which to direct his temptations, confused he flees. In fact, holy thoughts have so much power against the devil that as he is about to approach us, they wound him like many swords and drive him away. Therefore, we complain unfairly when our mind is bothered and tempted by the enemy. It is our poor vigilance that causes our enemy to assault us. He is spying on our minds in order to find little gaps and attack us. And we, instead of relieving Jesus with our holy thoughts and removing the thorns from him, ungratefully push them into his head and make him feel their pains more sharply. And so grace remains obstructed and cannot carry out the crafting of its holy inspirations in our mind. Many times we do even worse. As we feel the weight of temptations, instead of bringing them to Jesus and gathering them together to be burned in the fire of his love, we worry, grow sad, and consider these very temptations.
Anyway, just a quick one before we get to the end of this video. And it's about giving everything to God. I feel for those who don't quite understand it. I think you're going to find this one very helpful.
Now, sacrifice anything does not mean abandon everything. Let's be clear. Some people tend to confuse the two. To sacrifice and to abandon are two separate realities. Sacrifice means I place everything at God's disposition. It doesn't mean I throw it away. Now, you're free to do that as well, but you're not obliged to. We offer everything to God in Mary, right? This is Montfort's dictum, right? He said, everything I offer to you, Mary, is yours. And all I have is yours. And that's what Montfort did. Montfort didn't throw away all of his books, for example. He used all of his books to preach and teach and educate. So if God gives us things, whether it's money, whether it's property, whether it's communications, resources, whether it's gifts, we are to put all of this at the service of God to promote his divine will. But let us be careful in how we do it. Let us make sure that we invest all that we have in the proper sources. So we do our homework, we study, say, is this really something I trust in? And then we commit ourselves to that. And anything we trust in ought to be always united with Christ, his vicar on earth, ecclesiastical authorities that he has put in place, whether they are good or bad, they're still his anointed ones. When union with that magisterium, then we can be sure that this is a solid source, okay?
So that's all for this very short video for now. I'm in the middle of putting together another long compilation, but I suppose from time to time, releasing something short like this will be useful, right? Anyway, thanks everybody for your support. Much love to all of you, and may God bless you.